Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Rakakadash, the bonus to the outs and the pulse of great millstone. Shalom to the for like of this video will be edifying. And let's get into it now. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and first, let me start it. First. Salakia. Let me start at verse 4. It says, a wicked soul shall destroy him that had it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair-speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Right? If you're a good talker, someone that's a smooth talker has a lot of friends. He's very likable because his communication is very good, basically. And so you can, as they say in the world, socialize and stuff like that, right? Verse 6: be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. So it's important to have peace, man. If it's possible, be at peace with all men, like the scriptures say, right? Verse 7. Salakia. Verse 7, it says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him, right? So don't just call a random person that you don't know really. You haven't been going through nothing with that person, your friend, man, because you don't know what that person is like when shit hits the fan, for example. You don't know if that person will stay in your life, will stay supporting you, will stay being your friend, or if he's just using you, because that's what it is, man. Look at what happened with OG Maco. You had this rapper called OG Maco. The Most High judged him, and basically what happened was he had a flesh-eating disease. And but before he had the flesh-eating disease, he was very popular. He had a hit song. He made a song with Migos, in like 2013, I believe 2014. And he was balling, basically. The fame got to him. He got popular, very famous, and the Most High basically put judgment on him and gave him a flesh-eating disease. And what happened was that, you can look this up, by the way, OG Maco flesh-eating disease or interview. He will explain what happened with him. But basically, I'm going to explain it shortly. What happened with this dude was, he was in the shower and skin from his head started falling off, and you could hear the drops of flesh falling on the ground, and he had to rush and go to the hospital and stuff like that. And it only got worse because his face got swollen up as well. Don't know from what, but his face got swollen up to the point where he was he wasn't looking good at all, man. And guess what happened? His girlfriend that he was with at the time, she left him when shit hit the fan, basically, when he didn't have nothing. The Most High took everything, almost everything from this rapper OG Maco away, and almost took his life as well. And guess what? The female, she left him, man. She wasn't staying at his side. His friends also, friends that he had, they wasn't even checking up on him, checking how he's doing and stuff like that, you know. But they proclaimed or they claim to be his or her friend, you know. Anyway, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Right, so don't be hasty to credit someone as your friend, you know, and say like, oh, that's a good friend of mine, this, that, and it's such a good person, because you don't know what can happen. You don't know if that person will stay with you. Verse 8, we'll keep on supporting you. But it's going to explain it in verse 8 anyway. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of their trouble. You see, so only when it suits them, only when they benefit from it, then they're your friend. But as soon as you catch hell or you get in trouble, they are nowhere to be found. They ain't there to support you. Verse 9. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. Right, again, saying like some, they won't be with you when you catch out. They won't stay with you. But the ones that do, they are your true friends. You know? That's why the brotherhood is also so important, man. You know? We bear each other's burdens, as well as we there, man. If you catch hell, the brotherhood right there. You know? Scripture says two is better than one. For if the one fall, the other will lift them up. You know, so we helping each other up when we feeling down. Verse 11. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Right? When you have nothing anymore, or you ain't, or you have, or you in trouble or something like that, they ain't with you, man. They against you. You know, they quick to remove themselves from your life. You know, separate thyself from thy enemies, and take heed of thy friends. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that had found such an one had found a treasure, right? And a treasure is not easy to find, man. So a faithful friend is very important, you know. And we have faithful friends in this truth, you know. And I wouldn't even call them friends. I would call them brothers, you know. Because that's where we are, man, in Yahweh Shai, you know. And that's that strong defense, man. You know, Scripture says how beautiful is it for brothers to dwell together in unity. You know, verse 15. Nothing doeth counterfeit a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. Right? You cannot compare a faithful friend to anything, man, because that's how important it is to have a faithful friend. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Right. Let's see. Whoso feared the Lord shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. Yeah, that was about it, man. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Rakadash. The bonus to the elders and apostles of creating our social and to the like of these videos edifying Yahweh.